Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. We are the Mile High Property Brothers. Today, super relevant, especially right now during the summertime and into fourth quarter, but we will be talking about the best opportunities for buyers coming to Colorado for the rest of 2022.
All right, let's check it out, guys. What's up, guys? I'm Eli Schmidt. This is my partner, Will Grimes. And if it's your first time checking out our channel, welcome. And while you're here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below along with the notification bell. That way you get notified every Tuesday and Thursday whenever we drop a new video telling you everything there is to know about moving to Colorado or living here.
100%, and we are licensed brokers in the state of Colorado. And just as much as we love making these videos, we would love more to help you with those real estate needs. So that number that's popping up below, we are the guys who answer the phone calls, text messages, and those emails. If there's something we can do to help, we would love to. But with that being said, let's dive right into it. Today we're in South Shore, so we're gonna be showing you a ton of B-roll and some details about South Shore, which is in Southeast Aurora. We have a final walkthrough for one of our clients that bought a new build. We will be speaking about new builds to you guys because that is one of our topics today. But either way, let's get right into it. What are the best buying opportunities for all of you moving to Colorado? Or hey, if you're just a buyer in Colorado and you're looking at, hey, should I buy right now? Should I not? What does it look like? Let's dive into these points as far as your main advantages.
Okay, now one thing that we have not talked about in a long time is opportunities for buyers. But now, guys, we are seeing more opportunities than ever for you people that are still moving to Colorado. And there are a ton of you. Our phone is still ringing off the hook with people that are moving here.
Yes.
And we wanted to make this video specifically so that you guys could know really where you guys should be putting your attention and your focus and where you're going to be able to get the best ROI whenever you're making the trip out here.
Correct. So first point we want to cover is going to be just inventory in general, right? So we've mentioned this a little bit before, but let's go over it again. Anytime that, or as soon as that interest rate climbed up, when it started to creep up several points, property owners here, right? Homeowners here were like, man, that's probably indicative of it being the top of the market. We better sell now, because a lot of times as the market's increasing, homeowners are holding out because they think it's going to continue to go up and go up and go up. Once interest rates started crawling up, climbing up, not crawling, but climbing up, they felt, oh, this is the top of the market. We got to go. So literally within a week, we had 30% inventory increase. And that was probably about a month and a half ago. It's still steadily increasing because people are still wanting to do that. So what does that mean for you guys as a buyer? Well, the benefit is interest rates have stabilized. They're no longer climbing.
Came down this week.
They're stabilizing, and current to yesterday or the day before, they have started to come down. So you've got less buyers right now because some of them were still a little freaked out, but some people are starting to crawl back out. And consistently with summertime, we've just got less buyers during the summer because people are on vacations and doing their thing. So you have more inventory, but you've got less competition as a buyer. So like right now, at times there's one offer on a home. So if you're dialing in your area specific on what you're looking for, where you're at, you've got a lot of options. And in addition to that, homes are not going for significantly over asking price because there's a lot of opportunity for people, which means there's just more supply, which means less demand of how high you got to go over asking price, which means bang for buck. What you can get for a price point right now is significatly better than what it was 6 months ago.
It is. Average days on market right now for homes is 28 days, where
instead of a half day.
I believe it was 28 minutes. Yeah. So now we're at 28 days on market, which means, guys, if you're anytime within that first week or 2 weeks on a property, you might be the only offer. And if you come in and they're 28 days on the market, they might be more than willing to either do a price reduction, so accept an offer under asking price, or a strategy we wanted to run by you guys is asking for seller concessions.
Correct.
Now, pre 6 months ago, out of the question.
But before we go into more detail of like what he's getting at with
Let's hit it.
This is a stable market, guys. Before COVID happened, this is where interest rates were at. This is where supply was going. We're actually starting to come back into a stronger economy via real estate, right? So this is a great thing. This is where we want to be. This is where it's healthy. Free money was never a good thing for the economy. If you got it while it was hot, you got a super low interest rate, but you might have been throwing a ton of extra money over asking price to get it. In addition to this second point, before we get to the concession one, I'm already talking about it. We might as well just talk about it.
Let's do it.
New builds.
Yes.
So new builds are also having to get more competitive because new build development has to compete with existing homes.
Yes.
So new build development is increasing because supply for material and people coming back to work has increased. So they are able to pick their pace up with what they're building, which they love, but they also have to compete with more existing homes on the market for sale, which means
they want those homes off their books.
Off their books, so they can use that money to create more development. So they've got great incentives right now. They've got their own form of concessions. And guys, there's inventory for new builds coming back as well. So also a great option for you. But getting back to what Eli was talking about in regards to concessions, what that means for you and how you can use it.
Right here, guys, and this applies to new builds. You're seeing this as part of new build lender incentives. You're seeing this on pre-existing homes. But essentially, if you ask a seller for concessions, you're asking for them to credit you money at closing. And a really good use of that money is to be used to buy down your interest rate. Now, this, guys, is a really, really good strategy because, man, you're able to
get your mortgage payment where you want it.
You're getting it where you want it. Like, you know, so no longer is this interest rate an obstacle for you.
Right. So now not only are they getting down to like back into like those mid fives and some even into the fours, you can also use some concessions to buy your rate down, which means you're not going to lose value on the home. Some people just have to sell their home for a certain price point, but the price point doesn't necessarily bother people that can afford it. It's getting their mortgage payment where they want it. So if you're buying a home at $800,000 or $1 million and you can get that interest rate back down, well, now it's more like having a $700,000 home payment-wise because your interest rate's lower versus buying higher and also having a higher interest rate. Well, we've got some folks that are looking for some homes in South Parker in the Timbers, in the Pinery area, and there is a home out there we were looking at that was just over $2 million, but they're offering $40,000 in concessions toward buying your points down. Now, depending on your loan and the structure of the loan, there's only so much percentage you can buy down, but in some factors and sometimes you can buy down that much. Obviously, that's an expensive home. It's going to be predicated somewhat on price point, but the bottom line is sellers right now are motivated. They've got a ton of equity, so they've got wiggle room. And because there's more supply out there, sellers are super eager to work with you in order to make sure they get that deal done versus 6 months ago. People weren't even allowed to ask on anything for inspection objection. It was like, take it or leave it. We'll go to someone else. Well, it's not the same anymore, which means being able to buy your rate down. We're no longer in this high interest rate stigma, but you've got a lot of options. So definitely turning those stones and getting us competitive and negotiating those deals the best that we can it could be a great opportunity for you.
And that's really the biggest thing. That's the whole point of this video is that, guys, whatever your obstacles are, our job is to find solutions to those. So if your obstacles are, hey, the interest rates are higher, I can't afford the payment, talk to Will and Eli because, I mean, these houses where you're seeing $25,000, $50,000, $75,000 price reductions, I bet they're more than willing to, instead of doing a $75,000 price reduction, come in under asking price, ask for $10,000 or $15,000 seller concessions. Sellers are open to those conversations now.
And bottom line, anybody that can speak about himself in third person, he's got to be legit, right? You're only at the top. If even as much as I think I've got it figured out.
That's funny.
This guy, this is the best realtor I know. He's got it figured out. Either way, guys,
I know.
There's a lot of really cool stuff. So again, like when people talk about like, hey, how's the market? Well, what market? It's got to be market specific to your circumstances, your needs, and your opportunity where you're flexible, but then also specific to that house and that seller and what they're able to do. That's specific market for your needs, your wants, and specific to a house. Not just this blanket statement of, well, where's the market? Well, the market for a buyer is really cool right now, but more specifically with your circumstances, how can we negotiate on your guys' behalf and just win? And just as a reminder, right, this number is popping back up below because yes, we are licensed brokers in the state of Colorado, and yes, just as much as we love making these videos, we would love more to help you guys with those real estate needs. So that number that's still there, we are the guys who answer the phone calls, text messages, and those emails. So if we can't help you, we would love to. But until next video, you guys enjoy this amazing weather right now. Enjoy some South Shore B-roll a little bit further. We'll see you guys in the next video.
All right, see you guys.